Okay, good evening, graduates, parents, staff, family members, and everyone else who's come. Thank you all for being here. I'm Chris Scholes. I teach Spanish, English, and sometimes philosophy here at Tamanawis. And I'm here to present the Tamanawis Award for Excellence in the Humanities. Now, this award goes to the student that's demonstrated exceptional skill in subjects that involve ideas and words, not numbers. Okay? The numbers people are over there. Okay, we're the ideas and the words people. Now, today, as I was writing this, it occurred to me that the theme of this presentation should really be, secret powers. And I'm not just saying this because Iron Man is now in theaters, and we all like our superheroes. The person who's getting this award has a kind of secret power, right? And by secret, I really should say invisible. It's something you don't see right away, but it definitely makes itself felt. And these powers were secret, but they're not anymore because you're going to find out what they are. And anyway, one of the first times I met this student, he appeared in my room, and he was wearing, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. We all know that in high school style matters, right? I mean, these guys know from style. And this student wanted to up the style factor considerably. So he showed up in my room wearing a very stylish blazer and a cane, right? He had obviously decided, I'm going to make things look a little bit better, right? And he pulled it off. He pulled it off. And this cane, ironically enough, says quite a bit about the person getting this award. Now you might think on seeing him, you might go, well, why is this guy using a cane? What's the point of that? But then, when you start talking to him, you realize that, his brain is laser sharp and staggeringly quick. That cane was for the physical part of him. His brain really is, a Steve Nash or a Sidney Crosby. Some people shoot goals in baskets, but this young man, his arena is the minds, and his games are cerebral. Right? Now, it's always funny giving out this award, because the science, the math, and the business people, those other people, they have real things they can point to, right? They've got chemical equations, they've got numbers that make sense, they've got money, they've got stuff, right? But the Humanities Award is a little bit different. Those of us who teach about stories and ideas have a lot less concrete stuff to show. We don't have things to point at, right? So we often get asked, well, why do we have to read stories? How do you know God exists? How do they know the laws are right? Right? I mean, this is not an answer you can look up in a book. They're easy questions to ask. They're hard to answer, and they're even more important to chew over. And now, here in Canada, if I may make kind of a big leap, the Taylor-Bouchard Commission has just finished its work in Quebec. And one of the things that they found out is that the most important parts of democracy are open dialogue and open intellectual inquiry. In Burma, on the other side of the world, the reclusive generals are floundering, and people are dying because of the horrific after effects of Cyclone Nargis. And in an environment like this, it's really obvious that free and open thought about the big questions matters. It's more important than ever. And our award recognizes the person who we, as a school community, see as most powerfully representing the spirit of determined inquiry. Okay? And so back to the invisible powers thing. The student we honor today does have a kind of invisible power, and it's the power of the mind. It's not something you notice when you meet this person right away, and it sure comes out quickly. So, I would like to call down James Onions to receive the 2008... James is getting the 2008 Tamanawis Award for all-around excellence in the humanities. This young man is quick as a whip. He has an oddly lateral and yet grounded intelligence, and to top it off, he's an amazingly nice guy. So, thanks, James. It was great work.
Congratulations, James. Next up is the Tamanawis Top All